Chosen one, stop scrolling. This message is urgent. Tonight the heavens are stirring. God has whispered, and it is no accident that you are here. Something in your spirit has been restless, something has been calling you, and this message carries the weight of fire and lightning. Do not take this lightly. This is not a coincidence, this is your confirmation. You have felt it for years, the strange sense that you don't belong here. People treat you differently. You've been rejected, misunderstood, even ridiculed. Yet deep inside, you carry a light that refuses to die out. That light is the mark of the chosen. It is why your presence shifts atmospheres. It is why certain people feel uneasy around you. It is why the darkness has tried again and again to silence you. Every chosen one carries a weight. You've been tested more than others, betrayed deeper, wounded harder, and yet you rise every time. That is no accident. God has been training you in secret, sharpening your soul through fire. The sleepless nights, the battles that nearly destroyed you, the seasons of loneliness, they were all preparation for this very moment. Society doesn't understand you because you were never meant to blend in. You were born to awaken. And the truth is, the world has tried to bury you, but they cannot bury what God Himself has planted. When you speak, even if you whisper, the spirit world shifts. That is why the enemy fears you. That is why people walked away. That is why you were set apart. You've noticed the signs, strange dreams, unexplainable synchronicities, feeling drained around crowds but alive when alone with God, a hunger for truth that nothing else satisfies. These are not random, they are confirmations of your calling. Heaven is aligning you with your purpose, and that is why tonight feels different. There is urgency because the time is now. Many around you are asleep. They chase what glitters but never satisfies. They numb themselves with distractions, running from the very voice that calls to awaken. But your spirit won't let you rest in that illusion. Something inside of you keeps pulling you higher, demanding that you break free from the chains of this world. Chosen one, understand this. When you were born, you carried a seal. That seal made you dangerous to darkness before you even understood your purpose. From the very start, the attacks came. But every scar on your soul is proof that you are still standing, unbroken, because God's hand is on you. And tonight, God is calling you to stop everything, to pause, to listen, to remember who you are. This is not the time to be distracted, not the time to chase what drains your soul. Tonight is about realignment. It is about awakening fully into the truth of who you are and why you are here. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to fit the mold. You are a mirror for others, showing them what they are afraid to face. That is why they misunderstand you. That is why they label you. But do not let their blindness silence your light. You were chosen to disturb the comfortable and awaken the sleeping. This calling is heavy, but it is holy. And God has trusted you with it because He knew you could carry it. He knew your pain would one day become power. He knew your silence would one day turn into a voice that breaks chains. He knew your story would become someone else's survival guide. So tonight, let this be the moment you rise. Let this be the night you decide no more hiding, no more shrinking, no more doubting. God's urgency is clear. You are being called to step fully into your purpose. Heaven is waiting. The world is watching, and your soul already knows it is time. Chosen one, you are not here by accident. You are here because God is awakening you. Stop everything tonight. Pray, listen, step into alignment, and never forget the light inside of you is unstoppable. The world needs you now more than ever. If this message spoke to your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Share your thoughts below. Like this video so more chosen ones can find it. And subscribe to Inner Wisdom Souls, where your awakening will always be fed and strengthened. The time is now. The call is urgent. Answer it. There is a reason your spirit feels so heavy tonight. It is because the world around you is shifting. The battles you cannot see are louder in the unseen realm, and your soul can feel the tremors. That uneasiness in your heart is not anxiety, it is awareness. It is your gift alerting you, pulling you to pay attention, pulling you away from distractions so that you do not miss what God is placing before you. The urgency is because doors are opening, but they will not remain open forever. You are standing at a divine threshold, and hesitation could cost you alignment. This is why you have been feeling a pull to isolate, to detach from toxic patterns, to break away from those who do not match your vibration. God is cutting ties so that nothing can hold you back when He elevates you. Every chosen soul reaches this crossroad, a moment where you either answer the call or continue to wander. Many ignore it, too afraid to embrace the responsibility. But you cannot run anymore. You've already tasted awakening, and once you have, the illusion of the world no longer satisfies. That's why nothing feels the same. That's why the things you used to enjoy feel empty. Your spirit has outgrown the cage. Think back on your life, the pain you endured, the betrayal that nearly broke you, the loneliness that carved deep holes in your heart. None of it was wasted. Every wound became wisdom. Every loss carved space for something greater. You are not broken, you are refined. You are not abandoned, you are set apart. You are not cursed, you are chosen. And the enemy knows it. That is why you have been under attack since the very beginning. It was never about who you were then, it was about who you would become now. Every setback, every false accusation, every betrayal, it was all an attempt to stop the version of you that God has awakened tonight. The stronger the attack, the greater the calling. And your calling, chosen one, is monumental. This is why the urgency burns so deeply. Heaven cannot wait any longer. You are a key to unlocking freedom for others, and your silence delays their awakening. You don't even realize how much power your presence carries. One word from your mouth can plant a seed that shifts an entire life. One act of courage from you can spark change in a generation. This is why God is saying, stop everything tonight. Step into it. The time is now. Chosen one, have you noticed how the battles intensify right before a breakthrough? That's not random, it's spiritual resistance. The closer you get to alignment, the more the enemy tries to distract you, delay you, or break you. That's why old wounds keep resurfacing. That's why temptations suddenly feel stronger. That's why unexpected storms appear out of nowhere. It's because the enemy senses what's coming for you, and it terrifies him. But hear this. Pressure always comes before transformation. Just as a diamond is forged in fire, so too are you being refined under this weight. The struggles you're facing are proof that you're stepping into something greater. If your calling wasn't real, the attacks wouldn't be this strong. If your light wasn't powerful, darkness wouldn't be trying this hard to extinguish it. Tonight, God wants you to see yourself as you truly are, not broken, not overlooked, not forgotten, but chosen, appointed, and unstoppable. You carry a mantle that others cannot see. That's why they question you, why they doubt you, why they mock what they don't understand. But even their doubt cannot change God's decision. He set you apart before the foundations of the world. This is why isolation has been your companion. This is why you've walked through seasons of silence, wondering if God had forgotten you. But those hidden years were never punishment, they were preparation. You were being shaped in secret, away from the eyes of the world, so that when the time came, you would rise without apology, without fear, and without hesitation. And now that time has come. That's why you feel restless in your spirit. That's why every part of you is sensing urgency. You are not meant to keep waiting. You are meant to step boldly. The universe has been aligning people, places, and opportunities around you, and soon they will converge in a way that will make sense of everything you've endured. Tonight is about recognizing that alignment and choosing not to ignore it. You've always felt the weight of being different. Even as a child, you sensed things others could not. You felt the energy in a room shift when you walked in. You saw through the smiles of people who carried hidden pain. You noticed the lies behind words meant to deceive. That sensitivity was never weakness. It was your gift. It was God's way of showing you that your perception goes deeper than the surface. But carrying this gift has not been easy. People dismissed you, called you too sensitive, too intense, too strange. They could not understand that what you feel is not ordinary. You are tuned to a higher frequency, and that frequency makes it impossible for you to live like everyone else. You cannot numb yourself because your soul was designed to stay awake, and that awakening has cost you. Friends drifted away. Relationships crumbled. People betrayed you without explanation. Yet what felt like abandonment was actually divine separation. God removed what could not carry the weight of your calling. He allowed doors to close because they were not built for the next level He is taking you to. The truth is, you have been hidden in plain sight. People see you, but they don't see you. They underestimate you, misjudge you, even overlook you. But that's all part of the plan. Because when God reveals you, it won't be because of their validation. It will be undeniable. It will be a revelation that no one can ignore. And this is the moment you are standing in now. Tonight, the urgency in your spirit is God's signal that the waiting season is ending. You are stepping into the unveiling. The very things you cried over will become testimonies that strengthen others. The very wounds you thought would destroy you will become the wisdom that saves lives. This is the weight of being chosen. It is not about survival anymore. It is about transformation. Chosen one, your silence has been loud in the spirit world. You thought no one noticed your quiet tears, your hidden prayers, your secret battles, but heaven recorded every moment. Every time you refused to give up, even when you felt empty, the angels took note. Every time you chose faith over fear, even when you were trembling inside, the heavens rejoiced. Nothing you've endured has been wasted. The truth is, God has been protecting you from things you didn't even know were coming against you. There were traps set in your path that you never saw, but His hand moved them out of the way. There were betrayals planned in the shadows, but He exposed them before they could touch you. You thought you were losing, but in reality, you were being preserved. And this preservation comes with responsibility. You weren't spared just to go back to living like everyone else. You were spared because your mission is greater. Your very existence carries a ripple effect. The words you speak, the choices you make, the energy you carry, it impacts lives far beyond what you can see. This is why the urgency is so strong tonight. God is reminding you that you are not here to play small. Look around at your journey. Think of the storms that should have destroyed you. Think of the moments when you didn't even want to live, but somehow you kept going. That wasn't your strength alone. It was divine intervention. God carried you when you could not carry yourself. And now He is saying, rise into who I created you to be. You are not here by accident. You are not listening to this by chance. You are a living prophecy unfolding step by step, and tonight is another turning point. Do not mistake the heaviness in your chest. It is not fear. It is the weight of your calling pressing forward, demanding that you step into it without delay. There is something powerful about the timing of this call. You could have seen this message yesterday or tomorrow, but you are hearing it now, tonight, because heaven aligns encounters with precision. God does not waste moments. He speaks when the Spirit is most ready to receive. That stirring you feel is not random. It is a spiritual appointment. For too long, you've been questioning yourself. You've asked, why me? Why am I different? Why does my life feel heavier than others? The answer is because you were chosen for a path few can walk. Your struggles are not punishments, they are training grounds. Every hardship has been molding you into someone unshakable, someone unbreakable, someone who can carry what others cannot. And this weight on your shoulders is not meant to crush you, but to crown you. The world teaches you to despise your struggles, but God is showing you that your scars are proof of survival. Your scars are your authority. They are the evidence that you have walked through fire and came out refined, not destroyed. That is what makes you dangerous to darkness. You survived what was meant to kill you. But here is the truth. You can no longer hide. You can no longer pretend to be ordinary when your spirit was designed for extraordinary. You can no longer silence the voice that burns within you just to make others comfortable. God did not choose you to fit in. He chose you to break patterns, to confront lies, to awaken sleeping souls. This is why everything feels urgent. The world is at a tipping point and chosen souls are being stirred from their slumber. You are part of that rising army of light. Your voice matters, your choices matter, your presence matters. And heaven is watching to see if you will rise or retreat. Tonight is the line drawn in the sand. You have carried a silence that speaks louder than words. People around you never knew the weight you bore because you hid it behind strength, behind smiles, behind resilience. But God saw it. He saw the nights you couldn't explain your pain to anyone. He saw the tears you cried into your pillow when no one else was watching. He saw the moments you almost gave up but chose to hold on anyway. And because you endured, heaven is preparing to release what has been held back for you. The delays were not denials, they were alignments. You were not ready then, but now you are. The waiting season taught you discernment. It showed you who is for you and who is against you. It revealed who you could trust and who you needed to release. That wisdom will protect you in the next chapter. Chosen one, there is a reason you feel like a stranger even in familiar places. There is a reason you never fully fit into crowds, jobs, or environments that others seem comfortable in. Your spirit was never wired to settle for shallow living. You were designed for depth. You were designed to feel what others ignore, to see what others overlook, to hear what others silence. That awareness makes life harder, but it also makes your calling clearer. The world has tried to convince you that you're too much, too intense, too emotional, too spiritual, but what they call too much is exactly what makes you powerful. It is the very thing that separates you. Do not shrink it. Do not dilute it. Do not bury it just to make others feel at ease. God gave you that fire for a reason, and it is time to let it burn. And tonight, that fire within you is stirring stronger than ever. You can feel it in your bones, the sense that something is coming, something is shifting, something is about to break open. That is not your imagination, that is confirmation. You are stepping into the unfolding of what was spoken over your life long ago. Chosen one, think about how many times you almost lost yourself. How many times you thought the weight was too much, that you couldn't keep going. Yet here you are. Not only standing, but stronger, sharper, and wiser than before. That is the mark of the chosen. No matter what comes against you, you rise. Even in your weakness, there is a strength that carries you, a strength not of this world but of God Himself. The enemy saw your potential long before you did. That's why he tried to crush you early. He wanted to bury your voice before it could awaken. He wanted to break your spirit before you could shine. But every attempt failed. Every attack only pushed you closer to God. Every betrayal only stripped away what you didn't need. And now you stand here purified, refined, and ready. There is a power inside you that you've only begun to understand. When you speak, even casually, people feel it. When you walk into a room, energy shifts. When you set your mind to something, doors begin to move. This is not arrogance, it is anointing. You were born with an authority that cannot be taught, and that authority is what the enemy fears. But authority comes with responsibility. You cannot waste your energy on things that drain you anymore. You cannot keep giving pieces of yourself to those who don't value your presence. You cannot keep silencing yourself just to be accepted. Tonight, God is telling you to cut off what weakens you, because your destiny requires your full strength. The sense of urgency is because your time of hiding is over. Heaven has declared that your season of silence is ending. What was buried is about to be revealed. What was delayed is about to be released. And you, chosen one, are standing at the edge of that unveiling. You may not realize it, but even your struggles have been speaking to others. People have watched you endure storms and wondered how you're still standing. They may not say it out loud, but your survival has been inspiring them. Without even trying, you've been a living testimony. That's why the pressure on you feels heavier, because you're not only carrying yourself, you're carrying proof for others that breakthrough is possible. This is why isolation was necessary. If everyone could have gone with you, they would have diluted your fire. If every relationship had stayed, they would have pulled you backward. If every door had opened when you asked, you would have walked into rooms before your spirit was ready. God withheld not to punish you, but to protect what He was shaping within you. Chosen one, you are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. Everything is unfolding in divine timing. The world may rush, society may push, but heaven moves with precision. You are right where you need to be, even if it feels like you've been delayed. Tonight is proof of that. Tonight is the alignment of heaven's timing and your readiness. The restlessness inside you is a signal. It's your spirit recognizing that the shift is here. You can't explain it to others. They won't understand. But you don't need their validation. You don't need them to see what you see or feel what you feel. The call was not given to them, it was given to you. And when God calls, He equips. That's why doors are about to open that you didn't knock on. That's why connections are about to come that you didn't chase. That's why opportunities are about to appear that you couldn't have planned. Because when the appointed time arrives, nothing can block what heaven has already released. Chosen one, this is your confirmation. Stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning if you're truly called. The fire inside you is proof enough. The fact that you've endured storms others couldn't survive is evidence. The reason you've been fought so hard, rejected so deeply, and attacked so relentlessly is because heaven already marked you as chosen. That's why you're still here, and that's why you cannot stop now. Tonight heaven is placing a demand on you. No more shrinking, no more hiding, no more pretending you don't feel what you feel. Your light is not meant to stay dim. You are a breaker of chains, a carrier of truth, a walking prophecy. The world is waiting for you to step into your full power. And if you keep delaying, souls connected to your purpose will remain in darkness. That's why God says, stop everything tonight. Step into alignment. Step into obedience. Step into the destiny you were born to fulfill. Do not underestimate the weight of this moment. This is your call to rise, to release fear, to break free from what no longer serves you, to declare boldly, I am chosen, I am appointed, I am unstoppable. The very chains that once tried to bind you will become the proof of your strength. The very pain that nearly broke you will become the fire that ignites your purpose. So if this message struck your spirit, don't stay silent. Comment below and declare your awakening. Share this so other chosen ones can hear the same urgent call. Like this video so it reaches more souls searching for truth. And most importantly, subscribe to Inner Wisdom Souls because this is only the beginning. Every message here is designed to keep your fire alive, to remind you who you are, and to guide you deeper into your awakening. Chosen one, the time is now. Heaven is watching, the call has been made. Will you answer?